Welcome, beautiful souls, to another episode of Philosophies for Life. I'm so thrilled to have you here today, joining me on this journey of ancient wisdom and modern insights. If you're new to the show, this is a space where we dive deep into the teachings that can transform our lives, drawing from timeless stories, profound thinkers, and everyday experiences. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of tea, and let's get inspired together. Today, we're exploring a powerful and timeless question. What separates the successful from the ordinary? Why do some people rise to great heights while others remain stuck in the mundane? This episode is inspired by a beautiful story of a curious seeker who approaches a wise Mahatma with this very question. The Mahatma's answer is simple yet profound. Success comes down to one thing: habits. Let's unpack this wisdom and discover how we can cultivate habits that not only lead to success, but also build a life of purpose, strength, and inspiration. Let's start with the essence of the story. The seeker asks the Mahatma why, despite having the same 24 hours, 2 hands, 2 feet, and 1 mind, some people achieve greatness while others just get by. The Mahatma smiles and says, the difference lies in habits. What you choose every day determines what you become. Choose rest, idleness, and small comforts, and failure is certain. But choose hard work, discipline, passion, and challenge, and your success is assured. He goes on to share 5 transformative habits that can elevate anyone, financially, physically, mentally, and socially. These aren't just habits, they're a blueprint for a life well lived. Now, before we dive into these habits, let me share a quote that resonates deeply with this teaching. As the great Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Think about that for a moment. Excellence isn't a one-time event. It's the result of small, consistent choices. And that's exactly what the Mahatma is pointing to. Our daily habits shape our destiny. Let's reflect on this philosophically for a second. In life, we often look for grand solutions, don't we? We think success requires some secret formula, a stroke of luck, or a magical moment. But the truth is, it's the mundane, the everyday, that builds us. Spiritually, this connects to the idea of mindfulness, being present in each choice, each action. Financially, it's about the discipline of saving a little every day, or investing time in learning new skills. Emotionally, it's about choosing to respond with kindness even when we're frustrated. Every small habit ripples out, touching every area of our lives: relationships, health, and even our sense of purpose. Now, let's get practical. The Mahatma shares 5 habits that can set us apart from 99% of the world. I'm going to walk you through each one, share a little story or insight, and give you actionable ways to apply them. Ready? Let's go. First, take control of your mornings. The Mahatma says, every morning you have 2 choices: keep dreaming in your sleep or wake up early to chase those dreams. Most people, sadly, choose the comfort of their bed. But if you want to be successful, start your day early and dedicate the first 2 hours to yourself. Spend 20 minutes in a solitary walk to clear your mind, 20 minutes meditating for calm, 30 minutes exercising for energy, 15 minutes in sunlight for positivity, and at least 30 minutes learning something related to your goals. I remember when I started waking up at 5 a.m. It was tough. My body begged for just 5 more minutes. But slowly, those quiet morning hours became my sanctuary. They gave me clarity and energy I didn't know I had. So start small. Set your alarm 30 minutes earlier tomorrow. Use that time for just one of these activities. Build from there. Second, stop being available to everyone all the time. The Mahatma warns that if you're always in everyone's beck and call, you're signaling that you don't value your own time or goals. I've seen this in my own life. Early on, I said yes to every request, every coffee chat, every distraction. I thought it made me likable, but it left me drained and far from my dreams. When you guard your time, people begin to respect you. So set boundaries. Say no to things that don't align with your purpose. Be like the sun, as the Mahatma says. Your absence makes your presence more valued. Third, learn to make quick decisions. The Mahatma teaches that high performers don't overthink, they decide and act. I used to agonize over every choice, waiting for the perfect moment. Guess what? It never came. But when I started making decisions faster, even if they weren't perfect, I learned from them and moved forward. So next time you're stuck, set a timer for 5 minutes, decide within that time, and act. Trust me, action teaches more than endless pondering. Fourth, embrace sacrifice. The Mahatma reminds us that if you don't sacrifice for your goals, you'll sacrifice your goals themselves. This hit me hard. I once gave up late-night hangouts to work on this podcast. It wasn't easy. FOMO was real. But those sacrifices paid off in ways I couldn't imagine. Ask yourself, what small comfort can you let go of today for a bigger tomorrow? Maybe it's less screen time or skipping that extra dessert. Small sacrifices build big results. Finally, fifth, be disciplined. The Mahatma says discipline is the thread that ties all habits together. Without it, nothing sticks. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Start with something as simple as making your bed every morning. That one act sets the tone for a disciplined day. I've had days where I felt like doing nothing, but discipline pushed me to meditate or write just one paragraph. Those small wins build confidence. Let me share a quick story before we wrap up. A few years ago, I met someone who embodied these habits. He was a single dad working 2 jobs, yet he woke up at 5 a.m. every day to study for a better career. He wasn't always available, made quick decisions about his priorities, sacrificed leisure for learning, and stayed disciplined. Today, he runs his own business and inspires everyone around him. His habits transformed not just his life, but his family's future. So, my friends, as we come to the end of this episode, let's summarize the Mahatma's wisdom. Success isn't a mystery, it's a habit. Take control of your mornings, guard your time, decide quickly, embrace sacrifice, and live with discipline. These aren't just tips, they're a way of being. I want you to reflect today. Pick one of these habits to start with. Maybe it's waking up 15 minutes earlier or saying no to one distraction. Write it down, commit to it for a week, and notice the shift. Remember, as the Mahatma said, miraculous change comes when we change our thinking, routine, and daily habits. You have the power to rewrite your story, one habit at a time. Thank you for being here with me on Philosophies for Life. If this episode touched you, share it with someone who needs a little push. Let's spread this wisdom together. Until next time, keep choosing growth, keep choosing you. See you soon.